Hey guys, today I'm drawing myself as a character from the Scott Pilgrim animated series on Netflix. I've just started watching it and I love it. I have the comic books and obviously loved the movie when that came out, but it's so fun to see all of these characters in animated form voiced by the actors from the film. It's so much fun. I'm loving it. And I'm excited to see where it goes because after the first episode, without giving any spoilers away, it really veers off from the movie and the comic. Don't quote me on that one because I haven't actually read the comics in quite a few years now, so I can't really remember. But I'm pretty sure this is a different take on the story from what I recall. While I draw this and then paint it, I thought I'd also give you a little update on where I'm at with stuff. So as some of you may have noticed, I missed a video last week, and that was due to having such a busy social week. I had a couple of friends leaving London, so we had leaving drinks. Also, I was catching up with some friends who I hadn't seen in a while, and on top of all of that, it was my birthday on the Friday, the 17th. And so on the Thursday, I had a whole bunch of friends around and we had some drinks at mine, and then we went to the local pub, and that was so much fun, and it was so lovely to hang out with everyone, and I just felt very spoiled and very loved, which was amazing. And I really do feel blessed to have such a great group of friends in London, considering I've only been here for a year and a half, and some people find it very lonely to live in the city, and I just feel really blessed that I have a great crew around me. And then speaking of great crew, my amazing boyfriend took me to Norway for the weekend. So we flew out on Friday, which was my actual birthday day, did a half day at work, caught the plane at around 3 p.m. and flew to Oslo. And that was such a cool experience. I'd never been to Oslo before. I've never been to Norway before. The most Scandinavian country I've been to was Denmark, and that was, over 7 years ago now. So I had such a great time. I love a cold Scandinavian climate. I find it so inspiring. I don't even know how to describe it, but being there, I just felt so jazzed up. I was so keen to draw. Felt so creative in my outfits, and I don't know, I just felt so on top of the world. The Saturday was a really beautiful day, even though it was freezing, getting to -9, which I think is the coldest weather I've ever experienced. It was a beautiful blue sky day, which is always such a lovely way to experience a city for the first time. It was very pretty. It was really easy to get around, which you never know until you're in the city how easy public transport can be, especially when you don't know the systems or if you need bus cards or any of that. But I found it all very straightforward. Had a lovely time. Went to a historic village. I'm not sure what the best word is for it, but they had taken little houses and a church and all sorts of other little buildings, storage buildings, school buildings from throughout the ages, and had it all set up like a little street you could walk down and see how the people in Norway lived throughout the time. It was really cool. I'm such a history buff, so I was losing my mind. And Emil, who's not so much, but he also had such a great time. He was loving it. They had the really cool museum exhibition parts where you could go and look at paintings and furniture and clothing. And then you could walk into some of the buildings and see how their houses were, and it was very cool. Ate a lot of delicious food. I will say Norway, or Oslo maybe, is pretty expensive when it comes to eating and drinking out. So thankfully it was a short holiday, so it didn't hit the bank account too hard, but it was definitely on the pricey side. Really fun though, and was feeling so content and ready to come home on the Sunday. And then once I got back from just the busyness of the week, I think, and then the traveling on the weekend, I've caught a little bit of a cold, which is so frustrating. I hate being sick. It just makes me so frustrated to feel like I can't do anything, I don't have the energy for things, I'm blocked up, I'm snuffly, my nose is cracking because it's getting wet and then getting dry, and you know how it goes. But I feel like we're on the mend. I'm feeling much better today. But then that is also why this video is out a little bit later in the week than I would have liked, but better now than not at all, like last week, I think. To turn our attentions back to my little paintings here, I went with an old hair color style that I used to have. I'll put a picture up. I thought that this style just kind of works a bit better for the Scott Pilgrim universe, with still keeping it on brand of who I was or am, not completely creating a brand new character. And I also used to play the violin, which is why that would be my instrument if I were going to be in Scott's band. I could never play well, so I almost feel like I would be a good fit for the band. But yeah, this was really fun. I really loved the art style. It was nice being able to use my watercolors again, especially in a more illustration-y way. I don't know what's on my... I think it's like eraser particles stuck to my hand. Ignore that. But yeah, it was really fun doing this, and I was glad that I had a little inspiration despite being ill to paint and draw, and it's helped that this one was kind of an easy video to get out considering not feeling 100%. But yeah, I've drawn myself in a couple of different poses. It would be cool to draw friends and family as well as other cast members for the Scott Pilgrim universe, but this was enough for now, and I really enjoyed how it turned out. I think that I need to get either better paper or a better paintbrush though. Can anyone else tell me if their watercolor gets that kind of like really spackly look? It might be that I'm just not super used to watercolor anymore, and so I've forgotten that that is how it goes. But some people seem to be getting really smooth paintwork. But anyway, there's me having some drinks on my birthday, all rosy cheeks. I didn't have to buy one drink for myself. I felt so loved and looked after. It was so sweet. But yeah, I got this little bonnet. My one is actually in green, like in the picture, but I'm obsessed with it, so I had to put that on myself as a little character as well. In hindsight, I wish I had given myself a bit more fun clothes, because looking at the references for like Ramona's clothing or Kim's or Knives, they have really cute outfits, and I really kind of just went with very casual, basic, nondescript, pants, hoodie, t-shirt. At least I did give myself the bonnet, which I feel like is a bit more different and cute. But yeah, I need to remember to try a bit more. Looking at reference for Scott Pilgrim as well is reminding me of my comic book collection that I had back home, and how much I really feel like building my next collection here, but I'm not going to, because books are a nightmare to transport when moving or whatever. So I think maybe I'll just do a video soon talking about the comic books I have back home and the art books I have back home, and show you the ones I really love, because I did bring some over to London because they're so inspiring, but it's so inspiring to just look at a whole book of art by an artist that you really admire and you really love how their work like moves on the paper and comes to life. And that's the feeling I'm really getting from looking at these drawings for Scott Pilgrim. And I really like, I think it's called Seconds, which is Brian Lee O'Malley's first published comic book. I might be wrong about that, but it definitely came out before Scott Pilgrim, and that one is so good as well. I'd be really interested to hear what art books and comic books you guys really like or find a lot of inspiration from. So I might put that as a comment down below the video. So if you have any suggestions or recommendations, please feel free to write it down below, because I'm always on the hunt for artists and pieces of work that really get my imagination going and get me eager to draw. I find inking such a relaxing part of the process, and I always find it very rewarding, because it's when, unless your art style doesn't need an outline, it's when it really brings the painting together and makes it clear what things are and gives sharp definition to different color blocking. Yeah, I find it very relaxing and very satisfying. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me make these little paintings, and I'll see you next week. Bye!